To be a woman is to be both strong and resilient.
To be a woman is to be a nurturer, a provider, a soldier.
It's to be feminine, it's to be soft, it's to be lovable, it is to be caring.
Being a woman means you're a warrior, you're strong.
To stand against everything that comes at her, considering we probably have the shorter end of the stick.
Strength. It is strength. And it is to have a sense of endurance that I can do it.
It's to be strong and graceful at the same time. Like, we can withstand anything and make it look good too.
Because we have to be all of that to be phenomenal.
My purpose on this earth is to be the woman that I want to be for my daughter.
I believe my purpose is to let my daughter know that I can achieve anything. It doesn't stop with what someone else thinks I can do or can't do.
And to raise her the right way and become who I want to be.
I want to leave a legacy for her. I want her to be able to look back and say, my mom did it.
What do I love most about being a mother? I love everything about being a mother, but the most part that I love about being a mother is getting to see the smile on my daughter's face every day and her reaction to everything that I do, and I see that I make her happy.
I do not have children, but I have a cousin that looks up to me. So I feel like coming from a small town, I want her to know that you can do anything that you feel like you want to do. Don't let anybody talk down to you. That's going to happen, but keep your head up and just keep it moving.
My purpose on this earth is to inspire, to help others learn how to grow within themselves and love themselves, and to be inspired to just see the beauty of life.
My power is empathy. I can not only understand how people usually feel, but I can also feel it myself, so I can relate well to others.
Do you feel like that's because you're a woman?
I do feel like that's a big part of it because, you know, men sometimes don't understand certain things how women would usually. And we also go through a lot, so my experiences have taught me a lot.
Communication. I say communication because I have seen that I can communicate with anyone on any level. And once they leave me, it's always something learned, whether it be from me or for them.
I feel like my power is when I enter a room, it's my walk, my smile, my energy, how I just give out vibes to everybody in the room.
I think what is most misunderstood about women is how they come off to people.
That we're over dramatic, overemphasized, and like we know too much.
Like, most people think they'll have an attitude when they really don't.
Because we're emotional, there's nothing wrong with that. That's because we care. We want to know. We want to know if you're good. We want to know. We want to show you that we care about you. We love you. So don't take that as extra.
And it's not that we know too much, it's just that we are so in tune with being empathic and so in tune with our own feminine energies that we're able to understand others, sometimes 2-3 steps before they're able to do it.
We're not going to sit there and tell you what you want to hear. We're going to be straightforward.
I sister's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. I'm gonna say her name. I am my sister's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. I'm gonna say her name.
I think that black parents should tell their children everything, do you see? But instead of, well, I don't want to tell the child because it really is so horrible and I don't want to think about it. Do you see? That's incorrect.
What does that produce in the child?
Well, it's just a lack of understanding. Do you see? You have the child standing at the chessboard and you don't tell them what the game is all about. You don't tell them the plays that are going to come from the other side of the board, so the child is in a state of, you know, being checkmated, or the other side keeps saying check. And so the child just stands there. I can't play this game. I don't really know what's happening. As a matter of fact, I say that black people greet each other by saying what's happening because we don't know what's going on. You see, now is the time, before we enter the 21st century, for us to fully understand exactly and specifically what white supremacy is all about, and people at all ages should know.
Some young girls who were very close to me and my family were killed in a church bombing. And then, of course, what I saw around me, I saw black people resisting. There's this myth that black people did not resist until Watts, or until Malcolm, or until the Black Panther Party. It's just not true. The first thing that the Black Panther Party did, of course, in Oakland was to patrol the community, to set up an armed patrol in order to ensure that black people were not harassed and intimidated by the local police department. But that had been done in the South. It was done in Birmingham. My father participated in armed patrols because they had to protect the community. They'd get out every night in shifts, of course, with their weapons, and they drive around the community to make sure there weren't any strange races there to bomb, because they bombed houses all over.
I want to write for people like me, which is to say black people,
right,
curious people, demanding people, people who can't be faked, people who don't need to be patronized, people who have very, very high criteria. That seemed to me the way black people always were. I mean, you can't fake them out in music.
right.
I mean, if you can't do it that way, you just can't be there. You can't fake them out in basketball. They always are reinventing the level of achievement, raising it, raising it, raising it. But somehow, so much of the literature, or at least the work about the literature, was depressing it, and writing sort of simple-minded stories, you know, the popular literature. And I wanted to have my work to be as complex, as intricate, as subtle as the music was, or anything else.
Well, what's free to you?
What's free to me?
Yeah.
Same thing it is to you. You tell me.
No, you tell me. No. Because I have to talk to you for such a long...
It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. It's like, how do you tell somebody how it feels to be in love? How are you going to tell anybody who has not been in love how it feels to be in love? You cannot do it to save your life. You can describe things, but you can't tell them. But you know it when it happens. That's what I mean by free. I've had a couple of times on stage when I really felt free. And that's something else. That's really something else. Like like, I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear. I mean, really, no fear. If I could have that.
I see it, I want it. I stuck it, I want it. Dream it, I work hard, I try till I own it. Swirl on my haters, I know alligators. Reno, Silo, Cuervo, no scissors. Sometimes I go out, I go hard. Take what's mine, I'm a star.
So I really encourage parents, the second they graduate high school, turn 18, they are not an adult. Do not send your kid off. They don't know what they're doing. You're just going to subject them to try to figure out life. They're going to ruin their credit in the midst. They're going to get themselves into stuff that they shouldn't have to, when you literally should allow your kids. I'm asking, I wish my mom did this for me. I mean, she never forced me to leave, but I felt like that was an obligation. When I moved with my father, he didn't tell me to leave. He said, no, we're going to figure it out. We're going to build it as a family unit, and we're going to grow a business together, and you don't leave until you find a husband. It was very different, but it just made me realize, because that beginning course of when I left to figure out college, I was going more into debt. I got a credit card. My credit was now ruined because I wasn't paying the bill back. I just encourage anybody that's listening, if they're a parent, dude, like, as long as your kids are being productive, give them the foundation to figure that stuff out at home and not in the real world, where the world standards based off of like credit and finances are being destroyed in the midst of figuring life out.
Now, how old are you?
27.
How old are you?
24.
Okay, y'all are babies.
Yeah.
Okay? We're going to start there.
That.
Y'all
Right.
are babies.
I'm still a baby.
And I need you guys to understand it's a process.
Yes. Say it again, please,
it's a
please.
process.
Right. Say that.
Okay,
Say that.
to get to self-love. It's a process. When I was your age, I was a mess. Do you hear me?
I can't believe it.
I was a mess. A mess. Okay? And I have spent years. I'm 47. Okay? So I've made it a part of my life's work.
Yeah.
To reach self-love. I'm finally at a place where I can look at myself in the mirror. I can think about everything that I've done.
Okay.
Okay. I can look at my warrior scars and I can go, baby, good job.
You still got it, girl, right.
I'm proud of you, mama.
So when you're told you're not good enough, you tell them, not only am I good enough, I'm more than enough. When they say, send her back home, you tell them, I am home. I am the foundation of what we call home. And when they say you're not beautiful, you tell them that you are the descendant of royalty. And you are a queen. Now is not the time to be silent. Find your purpose, pursue it relentlessly, passionately, and loudly. Be persistent and win.
Dear Black Queen, you're a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. You're beautiful and bold. You're kind and gentle, loving, caring, and affectionate. You are the life that keeps on giving. Black Queen, you are the wind beneath my wings, the strength I need when my heart sings with pain. You are a nurturer, a provider, a mother to all. You're that cool breeze in the fall, a healer, a protector, an ear when I need someone to listen. You're the perfect picture. Your beauty paints the perfect picture of life. Your presence brings the sight to the blind. Black Queen, you are needed. You're valued. You're illuminating, a breath of fresh air. You're the queen the black man's need. You are our backbone, our rib, and our soul. You're royalty, and royalty is you. One love. Create.
With the harmony of liberty, let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let us march on till victory.
lightning. This that bird, this ain't no bird. This that happy. This that herb, this that giffo. This that skinfo. This that war. This that bloodline. On the front line, ready for war. Where you want? Get loose, get loose, get loose. Get loose, get loose, get loose, get loose. Gotta protect my praise. Keep it locked in the face. Don't make me get back to my ways. My power they never take.
Now the show is over. Like I said, I had a lot more for you guys, but the videos won't play. I want you to get up, socialize, talk to everybody. When models are gonna come back out, and let's just have a party. Let's have a party.